Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
We breaking news again. Hog HQ Live, tell a Razorback friend. Hot Adam DP, the squad you can trust. On every platform, we never adjust. From the hills to the streams, we the Hog Dream Team. Dropping Razorback gems, y'all know what I mean. Heart with the insight, sharp as a tusk. Adams takes heavy, break the mic in the dust. DP in the cut, stat sharp as a blade. Talking hoops, talking football, every play gets made. Razorback Nation, call it Hog Vibration. On Facebook, YouTube, even Twitch sensation. Instagram scrolling, X marks the spot. When the pigs hit the field, we reporting the plot. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the palace to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the palace to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. DP crunching numbers that I'm setting the tone.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Ox Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pig Sue! Wee! Go Hogs!
Here we are. No, your screens do not deceive themselves. As you can see, DP is on the way. His ETA is in roughly 12-ish minutes. I'm sure he might be watching. Of course, if you're watching, worry about driving. Don't worry about watching. But yeah, here we are. How does he do this? This way. Heart.
Yeah.
Heart's that way.
Adam's that way.
You can clearly see DP will be here in just a little bit. I don't know how he does that so often. We make fun of him for not being able to do it. So, as DP says, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're back in episode 118. Really, we're just going to start talking about the Arkansas, the football position groups. You know, we in years past, we've deep dove into like one show per, you know, offense got a show, defense got a show, special teams got a show. we're going to kind of just cram it all in. That's what she said, at once, and go from there. So I know in the next week or so, we're going to be doing our predictions, schedule predictions and whatnot, record predictions. And right now we're just going to kind of not necessarily deep dive, but just talk about some of the returning players, some of the transfer players. I mean, I think we have roughly 80-ish new players on this roster. Some of the expectations, some of the players that we're excited to see and have a lot of hope for. At the same time, it is what it is, and we all know that things can go one of two ways this season. So really, it's just going to be, I'm not going to say all over the place. We're just going to be talking a bunch of randomness. And yeah, we're going to be going through these comments too. Ty, you should have, let's see, you should have a blow-up doll standing for DP. Well, I'm going to let him respond to that when he gets here. I don't know if I would want a blow-up doll that resembles DP. So I'm going to leave that for him. Nothing I would, but Porter and I touched on this on Hog Talk a little bit ago, but Matt, I know you've got some input. I've obviously got input on this, but this has to do with Hunter Yurachek declining to speak at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. David Basil spoke about this in front of everybody. It's been talked about quite a bit on our friends over at the Buzz. And let's see what DP says. DP says, Ty, I heard that. Okay. So we know that over here on this side of the state, ESPN Arkansas, they're a little bit don't share their opinions as often. Whereas over at the Buzz, they kind of speak freely. Yep. So I'm going to play this clip from Basil. Takes about a little over a minute, but he explains that, Hunter Yurachek declined. First time that an AD has done this since who knows when, prior to Frank Broyles. So let's run through this right quick.
Also, one of the traditions that we've done going back to Coach Broyles in 2009, we always invite the U of A athletic director. Coach Broyles started that, and it was really honored to get him down here. After that, Jeff Long, 8 years, 2010 to 2017, and Hunter Yurachek, the last 7 years, 2018 to 2025. We extended the invitation to him this year. He chose not to accept, so he will not be coming. I will say this. We've had spirited debate following his last couple of visits. There's been spirited debate, and so our club has no agenda. We're disappointed. We want him here. I deal with Kyle Parkinson, and we want him back next year. We want him to come back. We want Arkansas to be successful. We want to be supportive. And so I just want to make sure that everybody knows we want good things to happen. There are good things happening on the Hill. Obviously, the stadium sponsorship and those kind of things. But he chose not to take advantage this year, and that's fine. We'll miss him, and we hope he comes back in 2027. So no Hunter Yurachek this year.
What did you think whenever you heard Basil explain? Because, first initially we got the graphic that came out that showed everybody, and we saw that, Yurachek was left off there, and then that video came out. What did you think whenever you first saw everything?
Well, the part that I was laughing about was Basil saying, we got the stadium sponsorship and those sorts of things. He couldn't really name too many things that were going on. But as far as Yurachek, I mean, the last few times he's made public appearances, they've been less than stellar. We've got, your favorite one from the college football playoff from last year, the 6-7 one. And then last year,
which one was that? Oh,
6-7.
Yeah.
You got that one. And then if I recall, it was last year's Touchdown Club where he said that we weren't set up to win, if I confess. So, I mean, he's kind of stringing together some appearances that aren't exactly reflecting well on him. And I think he's, one, trying to dodge that, and two, with all of, last year about this time when we came out, I believe it was, or maybe it was earlier this year. I can't remember what it was. It all runs together. But anyways, when we came out with a show saying that, I got a message saying that Hunter Yurachek could be out as soon as that week. Some stuff was apparently going on, and people were trying to get him out because the next day, Monday morning, Baz just started the show and did 4 hours just ranting on Yurachek, talking about how him and the Chancellor, I think it's Robinson, don't get along because Robinson was backed by somebody else, or I forget how it exactly went down. But it's funny how things all got aired out immediately after we said something, and then now you fast forward to the next opportunity and he denies it. So it is quite ironic.
Well, and I kind of look back at 2023, and you and I and DP and Porter know this very well, that, we had all gotten word that a certain head coach was going to be out of a job. And once we came forward with it, because there was already a press conference booked and everything, and there was another media member that, does a lot of work with Big Charles Nation. His initials are okay. Y'all do with that what you want. But, he had posted behind a paywall that, this was happening. And it was one of those things that, I had told Porter with Hog Talk beforehand, like, hey, we don't need to break this if you don't want to yet, just because it was it was information that it was a lot. Yeah. And of course we go ahead and move forward with it. And then they decided to back off of it. They canceled the press conference. Hog Talk gets blacklisted, and essentially, but it's kind of the same thing with HY. We bring out what we've been told, and we just talked about it. We're just like, hey, this is kind of what's going on, and then they back off of things. And like we've talked about on this show, we've talked about it on Hog Talk. I think at this point we can all agree that they're just kind of waiting out Hunter Yurachek's contract. What was it, December 27 or something like that? I think it is.
Yeah, it's either this December or next.
Yeah, and we've all been told that he's basically waiting for the college football playoff to have a permanent committee that for him to be a part of, for him to head whatever else. Because like we've talked about before, Hunter Yurachek has already interviewed for multiple AD jobs at other schools, and he has not gotten those. Texas A&M, I believe Ohio State, South Carolina. I don't know if can't remember if there's any others, but he hasn't gotten those that he has interviewed for. But that right there tells you 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Right. So him not showing up for this after basically kind of being drugged in the doghouse with fans, if you will. If it's not him being able to tweet about the Quidditch team or, whatever other, smaller athletic department or athletic program winning the SEC title, he doesn't want to talk about it because he's just been drugged so much. Rightfully so. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to be here. All he's worried about is the bottom line, being in the black, making money, things of that nature. We're selling off freaking names to be able to put over the bathroom doors, the bathroom stall. That's all they care about is, what money they can make. So I'm not shocked by it. Going through some of the names on the list, I kind of look at it like this. He doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to stand in front of fans and answer the questions that they may have, whether it's about Silverfield, whether it's about what's to come, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, you're going to be shown up by Gus Malzahn, who has been drugged further than you have, Hunter Yurachek. Gus Malzahn has been drugged to hell and back by this fan base, and he's going to come speak. Obviously, John Tice. Hell, Wally Hall is going to come speak, and the 9/10 of this state can't stand him and his writing for the Arkansas Democrat Gazette with how he rides the fence. Butch Jones. I just look at some of these guys. You have the last name guy that, we couldn't even put his name on the graphic that you put out. I just kind of look at it like, as an AD, you've got to have a little bit of stones to take the heat. And he's clearly shown that he can't. So I was already done with him, and this just kind of solidifies things for me.
Right. Yeah, I think we need to push the clown shirt a little more when it comes to him. But yeah, I wonder who that one mystery person is that Basil's going to have come on there, because it's supposed to be a big name. And they were already saying that he couldn't get Brady and Saban because they were asking for too much. But
well, I look at it like, I mean, if you're going to be in Simmons Bank, it's got to be somebody that's worth a damn in that aspect. I mean, I'm not saying that Saban would sell out Simmons Bank, but I feel like, you know, a Tom Brady or, you know, somebody along that caliber would. I'll be surprised. I think we'll all be surprised on who it is. I'm truly curious, because I'm like, if y'all are going to go to Simmons Bank Arena, it's got to be somebody that's, you know, that's big. Justin, just saying, I remember when people were making HY for Perez shirts, not saying that qualifies for now, but it was, yeah, you know, and we were all for, I feel like the vast majority of us were all for Hunter Yurachek being our athletic director for a number of years. And some of that came from just the overall success of the athletic department. But then when you look at it, you kind of got to look at, well, who did he actually hire out of the success that we had, you know, under his tenure? Because several hires came before him. I mean, if you look at Courtney Deifel, Dave Van Horn, I mean, in reality, so this is Ryan Silverfield is Hunter Yurachek's second football hire. So his first one was Sam Pittman, because Chad Morris was hired by the interim AD. I forget what her name was. And then
Julie Cromer's people.
Yes. And then now he's got Ryan Silverfield. I think we can all agree that John Calipari is not Hunter Yurachek's hire. That's John Tyson's hire. Whether, you know, Hunter Yurachek, yes, will hang his hat on that. But a lot of the hires, I mean, Jordan Weber was Hunter Yurachek's, which now she's gone. Her husband has replaced her as gymnastics coach. But a lot of the hires that were here were done before him. I look at the track coaches that, you know, we've had track coaches that have retired, and then assistant coaches step up to replace them. So I don't look at that like Hunter Yurachek hired them, because that was just kind of like next in line. So Hunter Yurachek, outside of keeping this athletic department in the black and having a profit every year, he hasn't done a whole lot. Because you look at, I mean, the raffle failure. We've had 3 NIL collectives, or we're on our 3rd. Learfield is the one who got the naming rights, not Hunter Yurachek, to the stadium. So, you know, you outsource everything, but you hang your hat on what your outsourcing does. Will, is Gus going to be here? Just joined. Wonder, yeah. So Gus Malzahn will be there on September 14th. Gus Malzahn will be speaking at it. And I believe Gus Malzahn, after retiring and such, he's back in the River Valley area. So I don't know if if he's here 100% full time, but I mean, like I said, he's got more stones than our athletic director does, and he's been dragged through the mud worse than our athletic director has. Yeah. So more props to him. I think out of everybody, I mean, I'd love to go listen to Emmitt Smith and Lynn Swan, Doug Flutie. You've got Jason Peters, John Tyson, like I mentioned, Wally Hall, Butch Jones, Nathan Brown, the UCA's head coach, Frank Ragnow, Lance Barrow, and Matt Stinchcomb. So, I mean, you've got a good lineup this year. So that TBA, I think, is still going to be the one that everybody's wondering who, what, when, where, why. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. DP's 3 minutes late if he's listening, so you know we can move forward. I'll make sure and let him know. But if he hadn't seen, I don't know if this is a kiss of death or just whatever. Who we got here? Yeah, bring back Jeff Long. No thanks, because we saw what he did in Kansas when he hired Les Miles, and that was a crapshoot whenever he hired Les Miles. So we've got, we had John Gruden in Fayetteville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a kiss of death or what, or why he was even in Fayetteville, but he posted this video. I'll play here to his social media earlier today.
Here we are at the University of Arkansas, the home of John Daly, Frank Broyles, Pig Suey. I love this place. Look at this place, man. Look at that pig right there. This is one of the coolest stadiums I have seen. Let's go, Razorbacks. Let's go. Woo!
I love his QB camp, his show that he does, but sometimes I'm just kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, why is he here? Is he coming to? Was he at the scrimmage? Is he talking to players? Who knows? But you know, it is what it is. It's publicity. He's here. I guess any publicity is good. So, but looking into, which, like I said, we'll get DP on. What are you looking forward to player-wise this season? And we won't get into predictions yet. You can mention yours if you want, but we'll get to game by game in the future. But what are you looking most forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing how we move the ball offensively. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit of a cop-out answer, but I mean, from what we have with Petrino, where you could see what he was trying to do, even though it wasn't necessarily always executed to the T that you want. But I want to see how we run the offense and how we manage when we're not able to do something. Say Georgia takes away our running game. I want to see how we manage and call plays with that. I want to see downfield passing, how we well, let me back up. I want to see more so. I want to see the intermediate passing, because if we can't do that, we're going to really struggle. Downfield balls are 50-50 anyways for the most part, and we're going to do a lot of check downs, as we know, with Silverfield's type of offense. I'm interested in how our quarterbacks are going to do. It's a battle that I'm hoping turns out better than the way I feel it's going to. But between that and just seeing how what our secondary and defensive line shake out after all of the transfers, the new faces we have coming in, and a lot of them from somewhat high major colleges, Ohio State and North Carolina and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Ron Roberts and our defense does as well.
Yeah. And DP just texted us a few minutes ago or a couple minutes ago that he's logging on, so we'll see him shortly. And I think that's we've been told that there's this QB battle going on, and I'll wait for DP to get into some of the videos and the clips that we have. I think we've all known that, or thought at least, that it was KJ Jackson's job to lose, essentially. Obviously, Silverfield's still playing up like there's a battle, there's this, there's that. No matter who is quarterback, I think we can, like you said, and we all agree that it's truly going to be a 1-1,000, 2-1,000, get the ball out. Right. So whether we're running tunnel screens, whether it's a QB run, whether it's you're only going through one or two progressions, you're getting the ball out within 2 seconds. And I think that's, when you think back, look at here. Hey.
It's the guy. Is this the guy? What's up, man? What's up with y'all, man?
I'm trying to be you. I mean,
this is the thing. I appreciate that, man. But guess what? You can only be you, and you being you is enough. Just know that, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that.
No doubt, no doubt. Mr. Hart, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I tried to do the whole pointing the keys in. How does he do this? I don't know right now.
See, y'all laugh at me. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm flying down 75, going about 80-something miles per hour, watching y'all point back and forth. Like, what the hell is going on? I can't get there.
I tried to figure that out.
Yeah.
Just backtracking a little bit. Thoughts on Hunter Yurachek not speaking at the Little Rock Touchdown Club?
Trash.
You're a bitch.
It's unprofessional. It's bitch made. Whatever you want to call it. For you to run from the criticism that you received last year because of your comments in regards to fundraising, etc. Look, man, be a man who can stand on business. Meaning, go out there and get those relationships, form those relationships, and get the donations that's needed. Go out here and do the grassroots solution. People would love to see the athletic director within the community looking to do things. And I understand that sometimes, you know, even in the workplace, we see people get high up on the totem pole and they forget the people who make the shit happen. So I'm just like, don't lose sight of that. At the end of the day, we said on this show last week or the week before, Honey Yurachek is just basically prepping his resume to move on. And that's okay. So I can't be too mad at him. I just don't respect it as a man. I don't respect it.
Well, and I kind of look at it too, and which I touched on, like the people that are showing up for it, that are signed up for it, out of people that have been drugged through the mud with the University of Arkansas football team, you're allowing, because you're sitting out. So when I say this, you're allowing Gus Malzahn to show you up. And when we talk about somebody who was drugged through the mud, which granted, there was a lot of folks that were on the boat of making him head coach. They've circled back multiple times over the years to make him head coach. Never came to fruition. He's retired now. As far as I know, he's retired back in the River Valley. I don't know if that's 100% or whatever the case may be, you know, being from the Greenwood area. But the fact is he's been drugged through the mud more than you in your short tenure as athletic director, and he is speaking on September 14th.
Who was it? Was it Mark May that was on last year that said some profound words about what the university should be doing?
Mark May was on last year. Yep.
Right. So once again, you allow someone else to come into your home, in your backyard, make these great comments that go viral, essentially. And now people are looking at you like, so what are you going to do about that? It's embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Well, you come out and you say that, you know, you don't have the money. You didn't set up your head coach. You didn't this, you didn't that. Running back through some comments while you were out, Justin, just saying, I remember when people were making HY for press shirts, which we had talked about. Not saying he qualifies for now, but yeah, there was a time. But like and I mentioned this before you got on, that Hunter Yurachek hanging his hat on what the previous athletic directors had done. Yeah. Because, you know, he hired Sam Pittman. Now he's hired Ryan Silverfield. I don't consider John Calipari his hire. I consider that John Tyson his hire. DVH and Courtney Deifel were here before. All the track coaches, I feel like that's just a pecking order. One retires, the next one steps up. So I don't consider that any athletic director's hire, because that's a beast within itself. And so I just don't look at him. Jordan Weber, her husband, replaced her because she decided to step away as coach. But in reality, yes, the gymnastics program got a lot better, but at the same time, they still hadn't won anything. So, you know, there's a lot of things outside of being in the black and being profitable. Hunter Yurachek hadn't done anything.
I agree. I know. What is it? I will say Riders Cup. What is the cup? Where
the Directors Cup. Yeah.
So we look good in it. We look good in it, you know, year round. And like I try to tell people all the time, I know whatever sport you like, you think we're that type of school. We're not. We win track championships over and over again, consistently. So it is what it is. What up, fellas? What's up, Justin? How you doing, brother? But to look at it, at this point, it's all business. We've been in the workplace before where, hey, you could be a guy who's really tries to get buy-in or see opportunities for improvement. You want to make those changes. But people who are higher on the totem pole, it's almost as if these issues don't mean as much to them because it doesn't affect them directly, or it doesn't affect their pay as well. So that's a situation where I see it. It seems like he's dealing with business in a way it's almost selfish-like. It's almost selfish-like. At this point, everything he's doing is to boost himself up and boost his own resume. I don't have a problem with that, but at the same time, as an Arkansas fan, we want us to be great. We want to have the right coaches. We don't want to have the right resources that they can have. When you sit up at that podium and say Sam Pittman did not have what he needed to be successful, that's a look at you and your leadership. And I don't know if he didn't see it that way, but looking like that, it's embarrassing because nobody really wants his job ever.
Yeah.
So any coach that comes, I'm thankful. I may not think he may not be the answer, but somebody took a chance on stepping in and being a head coach, and I appreciate that.
What do you think about John Gruden being a Fayetteville today?
I seen you. Who cares? Yeah. You know what? Some people in life, they do whatever it takes. Ray J, for example.
Kardashian.
Yeah, what'd you say?
It only takes one video.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But it's certain people that you run across, personalities, and for some reason they were hella relevant back then, but they find a way to just keep popping up on the thread, keep popping up. He's one of those guys. I found him very.
He was trying to get out of his sister's shadow. He was tired of being Brandy's little brother.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
So now I'm going to go make this tape. Yeah.
Didn't he do a box? Didn't he box or something like that?
He tried to not too long ago. He tried to box Orlando Brown here within the last week or so.
That was last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I know he got knocked out by somebody the first time. I forgot who it was.
But he last night or whatever, he boxed Orlando Brown, who's a head case with himself.
Look, man.
So Hollywood will do it to you.
For sure.
So no, I've got a clip after today's scrimmage. Ryan Silverfield talking about the QBs. I've got a clip from Ron Roberts, the Arkansas defensive coordinator. Now this was from a week or two ago. At the same time, I'm just not sold on this defense, which we'll get into. I've got your video you asked me to upload from QB News, but I asked Hart this before you got on. Out of the entire roster, before we start talking about other things, what position or what players are you looking most forward to? Let's see. Do Gruden and Ray J have Cardette? I mean,
Ojinga Carr. Thank you, sir. Hey, man. Ojinga is a hell of a guy. In regards to what you asked,
yeah,
what did you
players or position groups that you're most looking forward to?
What is Hart laughing at?
You.
Oh, position groups that I'm always excited about. Linebacker. I played linebacker. Bradley Shaw. Bradley Shaw, a returning guy. I'm excited. I like to see guys develop within the system and gain that leadership role. I know a couple years ago we had Landon Jackson transfer from LSU, right? And took on a leadership role. But anytime a guy comes in, recruited, stays a couple years, you see him develop to a role, leadership role. I'm excited to see what Bradley Shaw is going to do. Some of the new guys, I would like to say secondary, but I think the linebacker group is going to be a nice group. Defensive line finally has some depth. I think next year will be better than this year, of course. You'll have some guys who roll over. Entire secondary, Jerry. We got some pieces out there. Every year, Jerry, is a guy.
Yeah.
Like I've watched the clips. I don't know if you guys on Instagram, if you go into anything that's a Razorback football, you're probably going to see my comment in there. And then I'm a hashtag Hog HQ Live because that's what we do. But
you're the same guy though that Hudson Clark was your guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. After one game.
Is there something wrong with diversity in America? Is that something
I
wrong?
wasn't going that route. You want to bring that into it?
I just asked.
I was just saying after 3 interceptions with one game, we give him a scholarship, and then what afterwards?
Hey man, that dude will be a legend forever, man.
No
3
fly
interceptions
zone.
in one game.
Anyway, but no, we'll get into some of this, and then we'll talk some more about the position groups. But this was, you want to start with the QB battle or Ryan Silverfield today? You want to hear the players talk about each other, KJ and AJ?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Ryan Silverfield, maybe many things, but one thing he has proven not to be is a liar. He said before fall camp started, this QB battle could last well through camp, and after 8 practices, the QB battle between KJ Jackson and AJ Hill is still ongoing. On Friday night, we heard from both QBs on how they've approached the competition and how they feel like it's made them as well as his team better for the first time in fall camp.
We both are competing against each other, but we're always helping each other out there on the field, always giving each other, we're making each other better at the end of the day.
Just really want to see the quarterback room succeed as a whole. And I think the competition in our room, I think it's good for everybody to look at the quarterback position and being able to see us compete, because that's going to trickle competition throughout the whole team. And I think that's what is going to make us a little bit special this year.
You can't see the whole clip. You can just leave it right there. I'll just say you can go back. His hairline is jacked up.
Ryan Silverfield, maybe.
Dog. Now, I took that 2 ways.
Yeah.
I don't like dudes with no facial hair. I don't trust them. I don't trust dudes with no facial hair. I don't trust them. And dudes with little bitty braids, which I never liked Taylor Green. I just didn't. Same thing. Them little bitty you ain't got no swag. Look at that. Look at the line. What the? Now, This where I'm from in Little Rock. This we just join each other, and right now, what he need to get.
What if I got braids?
Hey, what a man say? What is it? Malibu? What is it called?
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Don't be hating. Yeah. Anyway, but I said that to say I'm joining him and his the braids. I need somebody in Northwest Arkansas to get his braids together. It's a barbershop in the damn facility, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about this
last week.
Well, last basketball season because Malik Thomas needed to get a damn fade. And then he had one game that he has hair braided and then realized like, oh shit, like this is a lot. He had a bad game, so he took it all out.
Hey man, I think it's something too. I know it sounds petty to some people. I just joined his ass. But I did see another guy. I think I said Bradley Shaw. His hair was jacked up. I said, well, in that regard, I'm gonna just say these guys are locked in. I'm gonna take it as opposed to joining them. I'm gonna say that they locked in on camp. They're trying to get better every day. They're not focused about girls or how they look or fashion. Right now, his skin routine is trash, and he needs a haircut. That's beside the point. What I'm saying is, I think these guys are locked in. I hope they do well. The fact that we haven't named a quarterback yet is very telling. It just basically says at this point, no one has superseded the other person. At this point, either one, you put in the same guy. So nobody has taken the rank. I don't even know. I'm sure I catch it on the replay. But there you go.
Flip that.
But at the same time, I just don't think we have one that has taken over the reins and said, hey, I own this position. I create plays. I got great leadership. I speak. When I speak, people listen, etc. So it's going to be an interesting year. This is the one thing that has me weary about this season is the quarterback situation. My biggest question is not who's going to be the starter. I want to know who's going to end up finishing the season. That's how big quarterback discussion means for me. Now, I'm partial. I just don't feel like either one of these two gentlemen with the two initials are the guy.
Can we get some first names up in here?
I
will say,
KJ?
Yeah, I will say this, and this is looking past this season. Because, I mean, you brought in Hank Hendricks as he early graduate, reclassified. You bring him in. I believe the number that I had heard was 250,000 for the first two seasons, each of the first two seasons, and they would readdress it after or towards the end of the second season. So if you've got him locked in for 2 years. So this season's a wash. He's going to redshirt. I mean, I would look at it like by the end of next season, if not next season, like you have to seriously be considering like you've got to start him or you're going to lose him. Unless you just throw enough money at him to get him to come back for a third year. So it's like, what's your plan at that point? There's a lot of questions there.
I'm sorry. Even then, you're going to continue to recruit guys that are better than the ones that are on your current roster.
Oh, yeah.
So guys can get lost on the depth chart. Maybe one of the guys, Trotter, maybe
Trotter,
maybe one of these guys will step up. Who knows? Like I say, the injury bug is undefeated when it comes to Arkansas every year, no matter the sport. But like at the same time, I want these guys to do well. I want Ryan Silverfield to do well. I need to call my guy Pope Hemp. Pope Hemp is a barber. I need to get a barber because Ryan Silverfield, his hairline at SEC Media Day, it pissed me off. His beard is still
Did he call himself that before 8 Ball and MJG came out with?
What's that? Pope Hemp?
It's do or die.
It's do or die.
Well,
look at you. See, when you from Fort Smith and then you from Pine Bluff, it's just different dynamics. That's what Hart said. I thought it was do or die.
Was it not 8 Ball and MJG?
No. Well, he had a song called Pimps, but Do or Die had the song called
Pope Hemp.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
the cultural lessons that we give here on Hard HQ Live, man. You just never know.
You
just never know what type of stuff we on.
But after today's scrimmage, this is what Ryan Silverfield had to say about the QBs.
Your thoughts on the quarterback play today?
I was pretty pleased with it. I think talking with Coach Krams and Coach Mitch, we've all been saying the same things about the quarterbacks. They are capable. AJ, continue to make the easy throw, and then speed up the timing of those things, right? Like, okay, hey, today, some of the sacks were just timing stuff, like it, not necessarily always on the line, but 1001, 1002, ball's got to be gone. And KJ, again, making great decisions with the football. I'll take a punt overthrowing a pick. But the two guys are competing, AJ and KJ. The decision has not been made. It's my job to put them in more 2-minute situations, more run checks. So this next week's going to be really heavy on that. What I was so pleased with KJ and AJ in his situation as well today is the command of the offense. To see that to occur with our quarterbacks, that's everything. That's huge, and you can never put them in enough paces. But I think those quarterbacks, and KJ in particular today, had a really good command of the offense in that situation.
I would say that this is the first time that, like, I'm calling bullshit on what Ryan Silverfield has said in press conference. Because up until this point, he's been pretty point blank, period. You haven't heard a lot of coach speak and this, that, and the other. And I feel like he danced around it today.
Absolutely.
So I feel like you may not truly know. Maybe you're still trying to have a competition. So one quarterback's not just comfortable or considers it. I don't know. This is one of the first times that I did not buy into what Ryan Silverfield had to say.
Hey, Jared, you know something, don't you, Jared? Jared's eighth. Free him. Free my guy. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah. I need him to do his thing, man.
Who's that? Is that the D2 quarterback transfer?
Yeah. I think he nice, man. I really do think he nice. I said, if nothing else, the moxie. Sometimes that's all it takes. It takes somebody with a different type of character, attitude. They can really motivate people and get them going. So I think that's going to be the thing. Now, do I think KJ and AJ are the most
capable?
Technically, I won't say technically sound. They're more talented, athleticism, if you will. And KJ has more experience. At the same time, I just think if you have that it factor and you motivate and move guys in that huddle, that's a whole different ball game. I know you're trying to get me on something.
No, I was just going to ask why they're more athletic.
Because they're black.
Oh, okay.
Don't say something else? No, fuck all that. It is what it is.
But here's Ron Roberts. This was like, I think back on the 5th, if I remember correctly. I've not been sold on Ron Roberts as a defensive coordinator since he was at Auburn and at Florida. And then who did he bring back? Secondary coach.
That went to Florida?
That was at Arkansas originally.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Wilson, Travis Wilson.
Yeah. Yes.
So bring it, or Darren Wilson. Darren Wilson. Bringing back Darren Wilson. We talk about circling the block with coaches or whatever. I haven't been sold on. I think listening to some of these coaches, I've enjoyed listening to Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator. But Ron Roberts, I listened to him and I'm just like, you have no clue what you're doing. But here's a little 20-second clip from about 2 weeks ago with him.
What do you want opposing offenses to say after playing Arkansas?
That was tough as hell. I want it to be hard for people to find a way to get a first down. Hopefully they're going to say that we're very fundamentally sound and we play extremely hard.
I just don't buy into what he's selling.
You know who he reminds me of right now?
Sam Pittman.
John Chavis.
No.
An old dude.
At least for a little bit, we had a decent defense with John Chavis.
No, you're right. And then all of a sudden it just fell apart. But it's an old dude who got history. He had some success at some stops in the past, and now he's still living off of that, as he should. I just don't know if he can do it with the talent that's on that roster consistently. And that's the biggest thing. I'm just glad we have a deep wide receiver room. I do like the wide receiver room.
Yeah, let me share this over. We'll run through some names, and y'all can just, because, we're at 43. But any name? So which position group y'all want to roll with first?
I like the wide receiver room, as Jared pointed out, because what's the young fella from down south from Warren?
Antonio Jordan, who I think he's actually going by AJ Jordan.
Okay,
yeah, whatever.
Just a bunch of initials.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we've got
everybody want to be DP. Everybody want to be DP. Gotcha.
All right. So we've got Courtney Crutchfield, Jr., 6'2", 187 from Pine Bluff. We got CJ Brown, Jr., 6'1", 195 from Bentonville, which CJ Brown's getting a lot of talk in this preseason. Ishmael Sissy, which, last season broke his leg or wrist or something or another.
I think it was wrist.
Early on. So he was out. Everybody's talking about him being a speedster, but senior, 6 foot, 198, transferred from Stanford. Chris Marshall, everybody has been talking about nonstop, I feel like, this offseason. Fifth-year senior wide receiver, 6'3", 213, transferred from Boise State. Then you've got Donovan Faple, never heard of him. Wide receiver, senior, 6'1", 201, transfer from New Mexico State. Jamari Hawkins, fifth-year senior, 5'10", 188, transfer from Memphis. You got Monte Harrison.
Damn, forgot about him.
Wide receiver, junior, 6'3", 222, Lee Summit, Missouri, West High School. I think at this point he is probably like 33 by now, something around there. So we'll see what happens there. The one that I think a lot of people have questions about, just because we've talked about track speed and track athletes and things of that nature. But you got Jelani Watkins, wide receiver, junior, 5'11", 163, transfer from LSU. He's also, like I said, track athlete. Jude Hall, no relation, freshman, 6'5", 200.
What you mean no relation? Just because his last name Hall?
Yeah.
Y'all could be you got a picture of him? Y'all could be stepbrothers. Y'all could be brothers.
Me and him?
Yeah, he's a brother. Shout out to Damon Darling. Brother.
6'5", 200 from
Y'all might be you got a lot of cousins.
I do.
You never know. You know, you go back further enough, you may, ain't no telling.
He's from the South Side.
He's from the South Side.
I didn't go to South Side. Anyway, Antonio Jordan, 6'6", 228 out of Warren. He's the one that I feel like out of this wide receiver group could be an X factor, because we know how Warren wide receivers go. DeQuane Prevost, freshman, 5'10", 176 from Bentonville High School. Let me see. Deshaun Thomas, junior, 5'10", 174, transfer from Kennesaw State. Ben Puplo, yeah, sure. Senior, 6'2", 187, transfer from Utah Tech. Corey Henderson, junior, senior, 6', 186, Henderson State. And Blair Irvin III, freshman, 6', 195 from Bentonville. I look at this group and I have high hopes for Courtney Crutchfield and getting his act together since he's been here. What was it last season? Was it Cam Ball or one of the older guys that kind of pulled him to the side and knocked some sense into him, if you will?
It was offensive lineman.
Yeah, that's no longer on the roster.
Carmona? Oh yeah. So knock some sense into him, because he had cussed out a coach after not being here too long, because he's a baby back bitch sometimes. Is what it is. Hopefully he's got his stuff together. But no, Courtney Crutchfield, CJ Brown, Ishmael Sissy, Chris Marshall, and like I said, Antonio Jordan. I feel like those guys, like any one of those guys could be a star. It's a matter of, is the quarterback going to be able to throw to him?
My 2 cents in regards to this wide receiver room. Jared, you brought up a great point about the wide receiver room. We do have some diversity within the room, guys who have different skill sets, guys who can really run routes, have a lot of speed. Can the ball get out of the quarterback's hand fast enough and let the players make the freaking plays? That's going to be the key. Now, the way that this offense is going to be set up, I don't think we'll see the reverse field 12 yards deep and then try to throw it from the corner. I think he know that the offensive line is going to be better, but it's not elite. Meaning, as he said in that presser, 1, 2, get rid of the damn ball, son.
1,000, 2, 1,000, you get rid of it.
Because it's only so long you can keep doing what you're doing. Until you
this is going to be bubble screens, tunnel screens, the quarterback running, or 1, 2, and you've got to get the ball out.
That's it.
Think of KJ Jefferson's.
Think of Kendall Briles' offense on crack.
There you go.
And as much as people want to hate on Kendall Briles, that's essentially what we're going to see a version of this season.
I will say the young man that transferred from LSU, the track guy,
Jelani Watkins. Yeah,
Watkins.
If you didn't learn anything, Coach Sitfield, I want to let me say something about Coach Sitfield real quick. Coach Sitfield, I see what you're doing here. You're not slick. The little coach speak, you talk too fast. We from the South, we from Arkansas. I don't like the speed talking, sir. It sounds like you're trying to sell me something and finesse me at the same time. Also, I did see you brought Houston Nutt to practice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
You
You
brought Peyton
the
Hillis.
players?
You brought back some other players. You brought back
Yeah.
Houston Nutt.
Yeah.
And I believe
Yeah.
it was
McFadden spoke to the guys too.
the break hook as they talked for a little while about the offensive line and other things. Yep.
So I think that's great. I think he's doing all the right things before the season starts. So I got him applauding there, right? At some point he'll figure out something about his hairline. His beard looked better in that last presser. Get it low. You don't have a full beard, sir. It just bothers me that it's patchy. I don't like it. But going back to football. The young man from Warren, he's listed as solely the exposition, meaning he's only going to back up Marshall. I don't know if Marshall will make it through the season without any disciplinary actions. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that they both get good playing time. But if this young man can come in there and they talk about his catch radius and talk about how big and physical he is and his ability to break tackles and get yards after contact, I'm excited about what he can do. I think a lot of these little fast guys in the slots will be our primary guys for the most part, though.
I think my issue, and I'd mentioned this on Hog Talk, was like, you know, the social media departments of the different athletic teams. It's like, it's your job to put stuff out. I mean, I know we've talked about like y'all putting out somebody ran 22 miles an hour and we were done seeing all that stuff and this, that, and the other. But last week, I mean, you put out some video of wide receivers not catching passes, of your quarterbacks not being able to throw the corner routes. So that right there, I'm like, either you're trolling us, just making us think that something's not going on, or like there was literally nothing else to put out. It just makes me wonder.
Yeah, somebody they posted something. It was a deep pass down the sideline. Nice catch by the receiver. I wasn't impressed by the receiver. I said, who is the defensive back getting burnt? Because that's the guy I'm gonna end up looking at and say, who is he and why is he still out there?
Oh, I know there was one they had thrown like an over-the-shoulder route, and it was to Antonio Jordan. He just flat out dropped it and wide open.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I want to see Coach Silfield lose his stuff. I want to see him spaz out and go off. I'll be like, okay, I trust you now.
Looking at the tight ends here, and we can touch on something. So let's see. We got Matt Adcock, senior, 6'3", 258, transfer from Memphis. Hudson Hendricks, sophomore, a 5'9" tight end. I'm not even, no. Okay, anyway, moving forward.
What's his last name?
Hudson Hendricks.
Okay.
Sophomore, 5'9", 237.
From where?
Bourne High School in Texas.
Let me figure out who his dad is.
Well, 5'9" tight end.
Somebody.
That's got to be. I mean, he's solely coming in to block. You ain't throwing him a pass.
If that, our favorite tight end is also on that list.
We got Maddox Lassiter, which Matt had posted. What was it, 4 or 5 days ago, that he is out for the season with shoulder surgery. So fullback / tight end. He's played both positions for Arkansas since he has been there. He's currently a senior. I'm sure he'll redshirt this year and get another year. 6'3", 248 out of Warren, but he will miss the season with shoulder surgery. Braxton Skyber, sophomore, 6'1", 250, transfer from Nichols. Our boy Jaden Platt, senior, 6'5", 255, transfer from Texas A&M 2 seasons ago. I expect big things for Jaden Platt. I'm glad he returned.
Jaden Platt will remind you to me.
He's a little bit zesty.
Sprinkle me, man. Jeremy
Sprinkle.
That's who he gonna remind you of, I think. I like his game though.
I feel like Jaden Platt's a little zesty, like Carl Anthony Towns zesty.
After all that,
we've got Braylon Gilbert Jr., 6'3", 235, transfer from Georgia State. Ty Lockwood, senior, 6'4", 246, transfer from Boston College.
Now him,
yeah,
I'm interested in him. I'm intrigued.
That one would be one to watch, I feel like.
Bill O'Brien is at Boston College.
Yep.
All right. So people that come from Boston College, everybody knows for the most part they produce some linemen. They believe in blocking up there. What Russell doing?
He dropped some weight, which we'll get into running backs here in a minute. We'll get into that. I got one more tight end, Gavin Garrelson, sophomore, 6'7", 256. He's a sophomore. He's been here since the beginning, or since he got to college. He's 6'7" tight end. That's somebody you need a goal line. That's somebody that you've got to utilize him and just throw it up and let him go get it.
Like Joe
assuming he has hands.
Joe Dean Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say Mr. Garrison? Did you say somebody last name Garrison?
Garrelson. Yeah, but no. Let's see where you're going with that.
Harch, what you know about that?
South Park.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite shows.
Running backs, you've got Braylon Russell listed at 6'1", 227. He's dropped about 15-ish pounds, a little bit more.
As we said, he needed to.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, he looked good.
God, he's a junior already. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. So you got him. You have Sutton Smith, who will be rocking number 5 and the Darren McFadden patch this season, which is wild for a transfer to get that. Is what it is. 5'9", 196, transfer from Memphis. I look at Braylon Russell and Sutton Smith to be the 1A, 1B, kind of interchangeable in who starts. And I see Cam Settles being that third running back to come out of there to see what he can do. Thing is though, that puts you with 2 running backs that are fairly small.
Give me Jasper.
So it's going to next. Jasper Parker, 6', 209, transfer from Michigan.
That's who I want to see.
Oh, he's working number 21, Michael Smith's number.
Yeah, he got a chip on his shoulder. He came from a big time program. He know what it takes to win. He's like
TJ Hodges, 6', 189, freshman out of Bryant.
Get some good weight on and put him on special teams.
Oh yeah, Kevin Young, freshman, 5'11", 218, out of Forest City. You've got Mario Robinson, senior, 6', 210, transfer from Memphis. Markalen Batten, sophomore, 5'10", 181, out of Atlanta High School in Atlanta, Texas. Cam Settles, as I just mentioned, 5'11", 209, out of Parkview. So all I know is whether it's Braylon Russell, whether it's Sutton Smith, whether it's Cam Settles, whether it's Jasper Park, I don't care. We need a 1,000-yard rusher.
I was going to ask you, is anybody going to get 1,000 yards rushing?
We don't
not
need
all purpose.
We don't need it split across the night. Like Jaquindon Jackson, Mike Washington Jr. Like we need somebody to come in and get 1,100 to 1,300 yards.
And that's why you said Braylon Russell essentially, because that makes sense to me. I get it.
Braylon Russell. I mean, he could be that guy if he would just get out of his own head. Because I feel like that's which it's not just that too. You got to have offensive line to block for you.
Right.
But Braylon Russell dropping the weight, that's either going to help or hurt. Because we've seen players drop the weight before and it hurt them.
Rocket Sanders.
1,000%. So it's something that I hope, and obviously I hope the best for Braylon Russell, and I hope he goes in and tears it up.
What did don't say tear it up. His ACL be broke tomorrow. Don't say that. Yeah, don't do that. What J-Dem said last week. I'm talking about Rocket Sanders from 2021.
2020, yeah. Was it 21 or 23?
Yeah, well, I was like, what you mean? I was okay. I see what you did there. It made sense once I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, he went off that year. Yeah, the other year, not so much. I do want to get this. Justin, thank you for tapping in. I'm seeing some of your comments, got great comments. Joker Johnson. I hope he's who we think he is. I hope we have one of these prima donna guys who gonna do this every time that somebody overthrows the ball and does this every time the ball is uncatchable. I like those type of guys. I need a Batman Curl type of guy. Somebody that's a little cocky. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who just say, I'm locking down his whole side. So I'm excited to see what he can do. They spoke highly of him when he was initially recruited here. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
We've got the kicker transfer from Tennessee, who's a senior, 6 foot. You know, I don't know how he did at Tennessee. The thing I'll say about them is he's kicked in SEC stadiums. He's kicked in front of 100,000 people before. So you just hope that he can kick 85, 90% accuracy. We'll see what happens. I'm going to run through, like you brought up Bradley Shaw earlier, and I know defense is on a lot of our minds.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I have an issue with, and this was real bad during the Sam Pittman era. I have an issue with players not properly being utilized. When I say that, I'm speaking of somebody like Satania. You telling me he has world-class speed, and you don't have a package for him to have X amount of touches per game? That's what bothers me about Watkins. I need us to learn from the past and figure out where we can improve on. If you telling me just put the ball in his hand and just let him get loose, we need him out there actually.
So you want him to have like touches on his package, is what you just said.
They don't have a package.
A plan.
They don't have a package, so he can have X amount of touches. Look, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there with you tonight.
Anyway,
yeah.
Let's see. You got Bradley Shaw, Jr., 6'1", 229. We've been from Hoover, Alabama. We have been waiting for him. And when I say this, I don't knock him. I knock our defenses, defensive coordinator things. We've been waiting for him to break through. There's been glimpses, but we're waiting for him to become like the next big linebacker at Arkansas.
What's the dude? What's the dude who got the interception and ran it back in the middle of the game? He was a freshman. He transferred to Texas.
I know who you're talking about.
They was in the same class. I was looking like, we finally got a linebacker class. Finally. One dude left, Bradley Shaw stayed. You know what I'm talking about, Hart?
Yes.
He was balling. I'm looking like
somebody in the comments is going to tell us before I can type this in.
This young dude ended up getting an interception. Was it against Texas? I forget. It was a big game. He got in there and he did his thing, got the interception.
Brad Spence.
Brad Spence. Yeah, he ended up transferring. I'm like, I would like for us to have a real linebacker room. I look at other schools in the SEC and I'd be like, see, he got recruited out of high school 6'3", 235. We get a dude that's 5'11", 205 and say we're going to put some football weight on him. It's ridiculous.
So Bradley Shaw, Jr., 6'1", 229 out of Hoover. Phoenix Jackson, fifth-year senior, 6 foot, 221, transfer from Baylor. Wyatt Simmons, Jr., 6'3", 226. He's been here since the beginning, came out of Harding. Jaquavion Smith, Jr., 6'1", 229, transfer from Howard. Ja'Cour Smith, freshman, 6 foot, 205 from Bryant. Jeremy Evans, fifth-year senior, 6'1", 229, transfer from Baylor. What's our deal with getting Baylor players? We saw how that worked out for us before. What was his name?
From Baylor?
Baylor that transferred here, then transferred back to Baylor after 1 year.
Oh, talking about the dude that said I made a mistake, the receiver guy?
Yeah. Was it a receiver or was it secondary?
Secondary guy.
Yeah.
He get on social media talking about I made a mistake. I'm
anyway,
back. I'm like, man.
Joseph Witt, Jr., 6 foot, 210. He's been here since the beginning. Adam Johnston, senior, 6 foot, 225, transfer from Sacramento State. Preston Davis, 5'11", 223, Little Rock Christian Academy. Ben Bogle, fifth-year senior, 6'1", 226 from West Virginia transfer. Let me see. Oh, Adam Johnson's a long snapper, not a linebacker. So, but those are your linebackers. So it's a bunch of unknowns.
Now, excuse me, guys. Jared and
Snacks
Derek.
Johnson. I just remembered his name. Snacks
Johnson.
Yeah.
Jared and Derek. Y'all know something about this Wyatt Simmons. I like Wyatt Simmons.
Yeah.
Wyatt Simmons reminds me of one of my favorite players that from the past that kind of go under the radar was Jeff Huckabee. Dude, somebody that can get on that edge and really create havoc. And he looks like one of those guys. I'm excited to see if he can finally develop into that person. Has several coaches in his tenure here. Excited to see if he can actually show, improve, and put it on the field and make some plays. So I like this linebacker room. I think we got some young guys. It's just we usually have having one guy, not 3-4 guys. Yeah. That's the problem. So I'm excited to see what they can look like.
We talked about the kickers. I don't even know if I want to mess with the offensive line, so let's just look at defensive line before we kind of wrap things up here. We'll run through DBs and defensive line before we wrap things up.
Hey, Derek, real quick, as Adam's looking at that, I see you got that that helmet on your profile. Yeah. Y'all training staff is the biggest op for the 49ers. Y'all can't stay healthy to save y'all life, Derek. What is going on over there? Every year, the last couple of years, y'all just been hurt.
And they practice on that energy station or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were trying to find excuses on why everybody was getting hurt or whatever.
There must be a data center.
Hey, but you know what? They brought back Dre Greenlaw, so
no, for sure. But he almost went to Clemson. Okay. Oh yeah. I like him. I really like him. I hope he's who I think he is. Yeah, Derek, it's a damn joke. I'm looking like Mike Evans went over there and got hurt.
You know who else is a joke?
The running back got hurt. I'm looking like Shanahan is a fire coach. He'll find a way to outcoach your ass. That's for sure.
Pittsburgh's a joke.
Wait a minute. Wait. You seen the preseason game, right? I know it's
preseason.
I know it's preseason.
Preseason.
I seen y'all in regular season. And y'all didn't make the playoffs. So shit the fuck. Yeah. Either way.
Sure about that? Sure about that?
Just holler
anyway.
at me. Just holler at me when we play y'all. Just know what's up. It's up.
Defensive backs: Christian Harrison, 5th-year senior, 6'2", transfer from Cincinnati. Shelton Lewis, senior, 5'11", 190, transfer from Clemson. Braden Lee, junior, 6'1", 180, transfer from Maryland. Lakai Rowland, junior, 6'2", 195, transfer from Maryland. Kamari House, junior, 6'1", 202, transfer from North Carolina.
Say he's supposed to be that guy.
Carter Stodmeyer, senior, 5'10", 216 from Colorado. How are we getting Colorado guys? Let's see. Kior McGlure, 5th-year senior, 6'3", 210, West Georgia. 6'3" D-back could be decent.
Whoa, who is he? Who is he again?
Kior McGlure, 5th-year senior, 6'3", 210, transfer from West Georgia.
We had okay.
I'm not going to try to pronounce this guy's names. Sophomore, 6'2", 199, transfer from Bakersfield College. Then you've got, Jathan Hatch, junior, 6'2", 196, transfer from EMCC. So it's at the Eastern Mississippi Community College.
Community College.
They're the last chance you.
They put some dudes out of there.
DJ Harrison Jr., sophomore, 6'2", 176 from Hines Community College. John House the 4th, 5th-year senior, 6'1", 198 from Middle Tennessee. Kendrick Williams, freshman, 6'1", 188 from Fayetteville. Joker Johnson, like we talked about earlier, senior, 6 foot, 195, transfer from Tulane. Chelsea Tulane's jerseys or uniforms they put out there.
Fire. The Mardi Gras joints?
Yeah.
Fire. They were fire. They fire.
Tyler Scott, senior, 6'1", 202, transfer from Georgia State. Then, of course, I think we all know Tay Lockett, freshman, 6 foot, 185 from Conway.
He finally on the roster. That's what's up.
Ian Williams, sophomore, 5'10", 198, transfer from Memphis. Miguel Mitchell, who's still here, 5th-year senior, 6'1", 219, who originally transferred from Florida.
Stop the press. He may be the worst player in the secondary that you know of.
So did he replace your boy from last season?
I forgot who it was. I was on his ass.
Was it number 8?
It was a number because I called him by his number. It was number 8. He was running.
His last name was Johnson.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Was it Jaden Johnson?
Maybe. Probably. Lockett starting to make it. Yeah.
I
Jared, I want Lockett to play early though. You can't afford to get a dude from California to come to Arkansas and sit on the bench for a year and think he's gonna stay. I need him to play.
Well, if he grew up a Hog fan, so you have a little.
Hey, a little bit of shot. We got him here. If somebody else send that band some money, he going his ass back to California.
Going back to Cali.
Cali. Love the references, man. You guys are just awesome.
There's your boy, Jaden Johnson.
Trash. Straight garbage truck juice. I'm talking about that boy would run from contact, get spit around. All I see is the back of his jersey. Might as well put it in the frame. You just seen so much of the back of it. So yeah. I do want to get something else before you keep going. The young man from Howard, the linebacker, who spoke on it. They spoke very highly of this dude. That's what I'm saying. It's some interesting pieces in this linebacker room. And I don't know if they'll all come together at the same time, but I think they got some pieces with what they got. Some guys with some chips on their shoulder. So it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like. And the fact that we finally got a defensive line, at least a rotation of guys, 2 and 3 deep. I like it. Yeah, I knew he was going to get me on that one. That's how good.
See, after Miguel Mitchell, you got Jalen Copeland, freshman, 6 foot, 197 from Valdosta, Georgia. Then you got LaMarcus Hicks the second, sophomore, 6'2", 190, transfer from Iowa State. Brandon Ford, freshman, 5'11", 193 from Crowley High School in Crowley, Texas. Blake Brisker, sophomore, 5'10". Blake.
Balake?
5'10", 184. He's been here since he got here. Jeremiah Williams, fifth-year senior, 5'10", 175, transfer from Rice. Why do we have so many DBs? Bradley Ezekiel, freshman, 5'10", 170 from Flower Mound, Texas. So those are our DBs, and then you get into our defensive linemen.
Do the roll call. Is there a D nice here? Is there a D nice?
Blake.
You mean Denise? No,
Yeah.
D nice. Say it right.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. So you got Hunter Osborne, defensive line, senior, 6'4", 313 pounds, transfer from Virginia. Charlie Collins, who we all know, junior, 6'5", 233.
I need him to take off this year.
Yeah.
I need him to take off this year. I mean, everybody's talking about my man on the other side from the crib as a first-round pick. But Charlie Collins, sir, we're waiting. We're waiting for you to turn that corner.
Jamata Waller, junior, 6 foot, 237, transfer from Auburn. Trajan Odom, sophomore, 6'3", 297, transfer from Ohio State. Jalen Allen, junior, 6'7", 220. What is up with all these D linemen? They're like sub 230s. 6'7", 226, transfer from Hutchinson Community College. Their last chance U school. He's originally from North Little Rock. Steven Souls Jr., 6'2", 237, transfer from Kentucky. Colton Yarbrough, freshman, 6'5", 262, out of Cato, Oklahoma. Brian Alston, senior, 6'2", 247, transfer from Eastern Tennessee State. Let me see. Trent Sellers, sophomore, 6'4", 269, from Spanish Fort High School in Mobile, Alabama. Donovan Witten, senior, 6'3", 252, from Arkadelphia. Antonio Sandal Bascombe, senior, 6'3", 315, from Coffeyville Community College. We're getting all these last chance you guys. Zadavian Sims, junior, 6'3", 308, transfer from Oregon. Caleb Bell, sophomore, 6'3", 284, Milton High School. Carlin Jones, junior, 6'2", 327, transfer from USC, the original USC, not
USC Junior.
Yeah, not USC Junior. And you got David Oakey, fifth-year senior, 6'2", 298, transfer from Abilene Christian. I have high expectations for him, even though he's coming from Abilene.
The dude from USC, the dude from Ohio State. Look, y'all done been and played big time football. I just need y'all to make some damn plays. You did make it. You got buried in the depth chart where you were. A lot of 5 stars ahead of you. You get a chance to come to Arkansas in the SEC. New coach, new regime. Everybody has a clean slate, regardless of what you did in the past. These guys got to show up. The rotation on the defensive line should be top tier. It should be something we haven't seen since. What's my man name that played for the Lions?
For the Lions.
Dietrich Wise and the other one.
Oh, that's Patriots.
Trey Flowers.
Flowers. Yeah. We need them type of guys on the edge, like I said, with these Collins and the rest of these guys. But finally,
I thought you were going to go with the defensive back that Hudson Clark replaced that ended up quitting the team. That was a joke, but he played one game for Arkansas and then quit the team because Hudson Clark replaced him.
Hey, man.
But he still got drafted to the Lions.
Hudson Clark, a gangster. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Speaking of gangsters in the Raiders, Mike Washington showed his naked ass. I loved it.
6 rushes for like 63 yards, but he had a 53-yard run on one of those.
Yeah, just know he hit on the parlay slip because I put him on there.
He should have housed it.
He really should have. I'm proud of that dude.
Keandre Johnson, sophomore, 6'3", 292 from Terrell High School in Terrell, Texas. You know who else is from Terrell, Texas?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Good job.
But that's my boy. That's my fan. I'm a fan for real.
Reginald Vaughn, sophomore, 6'2", 301, Hartfield Academy. Anthony Kennedy Jr., freshman, 6'3", 357 from Central High School in Little Rock.
They've been talking about the young man. They've been speaking highly on him, Hart. I know you done heard it.
And then the last two that I'm going to name that I feel like can make or break this defensive line. One of them's freshman, one of them's senior. Quincy Rhodes Jr., senior, 6'6", 273 out of North Little Rock. And Danny Beal III.
That's it.
Freshman, 6'5", 347 from Cross County. I think that Danny Beal could be an X factor for this defensive line.
Dude. Side note, I know he took over for a guy who ended up departing the program, Ian Drafard.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Who's now at Texas doing commercials for NIL. I said, "What ain't this a bit?" We couldn't hear him say nothing in Arkansas. Now he getting money in Texas doing commercials for the school. I said he must be starting for real or getting some money over there. Either way, I like the young guys. As I think Justin paused. I will tell you, I'm not even gonna do it.
I didn't say a word.
I know you didn't, but the look is everything that you need to know. It's the nonverbals for me. But I will say, I think it was Jared. Maybe it was Jared. Somebody spoke about earlier about the way that Silverfield was able to flip the in-state guys. To have these guys on the interior, homegrown guys, we need these guys to finish their career at the University of Arkansas and be drafted from the University of Arkansas. It is key. It is key to bring back the tradition of having certain type of players, certain prototypes coming through the program and making that mark. So I'm excited to see if these guys can play. We got a lot of guys that have versatility on the defensive line, so they can rotate in and out. So I'm excited about what they look like. Justin, I seen the comment. Now I'm reading it. Before y'all wrap up, inside the Hog Pen follower here, I like how you dropped the name drop. I love that right there. First time following, and we definitely appreciate you for doing that. Y'all's live show. Met Matt last year, Little Rock Rocktoberfest last year. Keep on going. Y'all's content is love. It's the shit. I didn't already cuss. And love the video references. We appreciate you, Justin, for tapping in.
Yeah,
man. You had some great commentary as well. Go ahead, Hart.
See you in October again. I'll be back this year. Hopefully we can have some more people.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be on live. I mean, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. We talked about it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Before we get going, it's something Ron Silverfield had on some slides. Have you? No.
The biggest thing I've noticed with him.
I'm not joking him. He ain't got no sauce.
Well, the biggest thing I've noticed with him is, it's whatever temperature outside, whatever in their indoor facility or whatever, and this fool's wearing sweatshirts. And I'm just kind of like, it's like 100 degrees outside.
They said the man is cutting alcohol, social media, and something.
He's cut out basically everything. Yeah.
Well, it just shows me that he locked in. He all in. So he living the stuff he talking about. So I can appreciate that. Sam Pittman was like, look, I'm gonna get on this cart and I'm gonna come down there and check.
Sam Pittman was one coming out to practice and being like, I hadn't seen them yet because they're down here on field 3 and I can't move off of field 1. And
No.
Which did y'all see? He gave his first speech to a team earlier this season, like a day or two ago, to Nashville High School or something like that in Arkansas. It was the first time that he's really made a public appearance since being fired.
I'm gonna forever love Sam Pittman, but not as the head coach. It was a bad break for him. It was a great opportunity for him. He just was not equipped for what it entailed to come here and to not only come here but be the head coach. He was great as offensive line coach. He was the greatest offensive line at his previous stops.
He's not a head coach.
He's not a head coach.
Well, and like I've brought up in the past too, he was also put into situations that we really didn't know if he was a great offensive line coach. Because you were here with Brett Bielema and Cheney. And Cheney is the offensive coordinator, so you had a system that y'all had 1,000-yard rushers, y'all had big offensive linemen. You go to Georgia, we have pick of the litter. You had the top lineman to choose from.
Correct.
So we really don't know if he was that great of an offensive line coach or the offensive line guru because he was put into great situations.
I wouldn't be surprised if your boy, what's the super agent name?
Sexton.
Yeah,
Jimmy Sexton.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sexton the one that threw that out there that he's an offensive line guru.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
It wouldn't surprise me. And we haven't heard about him all season. It's been interesting all off season.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Mr. Hart, you got anything we need to touch on, look out for, any information we should be looking into? Upcoming
Not at the moment. Not anything coming up. I think basketball is pretty much set. I'll let you know if I hear anything injury wise as far as football. But no, not that I can think of anything at the moment.
Gotcha.
Haven't heard anything that I need to pass along.
Hey man, I believe in Ryan Silverfield. I don't think it'll happen this year, but I believe in what what he's bringing. By the time Ryan Silfield has a decent year, has a top 25 recruiting class, and then the athletic director is out the door, it'll be a whole different ball game. Because Calipari is already looking at having number one class for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already
Calipari's got 3 more years in his contract. John Tyson signed 3 more years with Tyson Foods to stay on board. I think that goes hand in hand for a reason. So, basketball wise, unless something happens, you've got 3 more years of John Calipari.
I know you guys, not you guys in particular, but a lot of people laughed with the new naming rights to the stadium.
Community America's Bank or whatever it is. Yeah.
And everybody said we should have had Walmart. Yeah, they just they banned my boy Damon Darling.
But they say they did. They say that they didn't.
Say that they didn't. Right? They say they didn't.
And it's he makes his videos, but at the same time he's paying for people's food, and at the same time y'all don't ban folks that are coming up here like making dance videos or destroying your product or this, that, and the other. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because those folks are white. That part.
You said it. I didn't.
Yep,
Either way. But I do appreciate, just speaking on that as we get out, it has nothing to do with the Razorbacks. But I guess as a people, especially consuming social media, we are so desensitized at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time on the internet where there was like, it's blurred out or like a warning. Now you just turn it on, you be like, it's total violence. And you're looking like, what is going on? Everything is so accessible now, especially younger people. So when I see somebody doing some humanitarian work, I fully support that. I just feel like that's what we need as a country. Just see more people.
That's all we loved, seeing the videos from the World Cup and the fans and whatnot, just to actually see like the togetherness and whatnot.
Anybody else recognize before we get out of here? How long does people for the World Cup stayed here? We go on vacation
till their team ended.
Dog, we go on vacation in America, in the States, and we're gonna go for the weekend.
Oh no, they were here because, and that was a lot of them were asked like, how do y'all afford to like come over here for a month and a half or whatever? Right. And it was just like, we save for this for 2 years, and by 2 years it's because they have the European Cup or like whatever over there every 2 years. So it was just like 2 years at that. Then 2 years later is the World Cup. They go wherever it is, but that's their vacation. They save up for that.
Gotcha.
So, oh well.
With that being said, we have talked all night, and we appreciate everybody who has tapped in, stayed logged on, and hit the button, the viewership button. Brew Pig Suet night game, September 26th. I love what you're doing here, Justin. I see what's going on. Let me know if Hart put you up to this. Versus Tulsa, $30 tickets on Big Red Rooftop Laser Show. Hope to see y'all there.
Yeah, the Tulsa game, the one that we're going to induct. They're going to do the Hall of Honor induction instead of against Georgia. We're going to do it against Tulsa.
Yeah.
Because they don't want it to be a loss.
I mean, get better and still make Georgia your opponent and beat Georgia. That's the goal at the end of the day. But hey, we can't be there yet.
Y'all have a good week.
No doubt. Y'all have a great week. We'll see y'all, man. Peace and blessings. All that good stuff.